resonating with God. Resonance is a property in physics whereby when two objects share a like and same frequency or a multiple of those frequencies, the two objects can influence each other by sharing and transferring their energy. For example, we're all familiar with resonance. A helicopter comes flying over your house, and all of a sudden you hear the noise, and before much longer what you experience is rattling in your house. Maybe there's plates on the plate rack that starts to rattle and shake. And that's because the rotation of the rotator blades produces a sound wave or a pressure that exerts down through space, and when it hits the object that has the same natural rate as the rotating blades on the helicopter, then it transfers that energy, and if it's powerful enough, it can actually cause the molecules in the object to start vibrating with a force that will produce its own sound energy, and that's what you hear as the rattle or the shaking of whatever it is that's in your house. It's when we match two frequencies with one another so that they can communicate. And we're familiar with this in the world of technology today because everything has to be synced. And that's exactly what syncing is. It's the resonation of one frequency to another so that you can get your cell phone and your computer and your tablet and your smart TV all talking to one another. And you know, that's what we need to do with our prayer life. We need to sync our life with the life of God. We need to have His beating, loving heart beat at the same frequency as ours. And when we can do that, then we can start to communicate. But if we're not in sync, we're not going to listen to what God has to say to us. So how do you get yourself synced? Well, in order to get yourself synced, you have to be tweaked, and you have to be reset, and you have to be retooled in order to get to that frequency. So what is God's frequency? God's frequency is love. He is infinitely loving of you, and He wants to give that love to you at every moment of your life. We can't even imagine the love that God has for us. All He wants from us is to return to Him that love in recognition and give Him praise and honor and glory and thanksgiving for all the wonders that He gives to us at every moment of our lives. Yes, we need to be synced to the Lord, and we do that by prayer. We think of prayer, we think of canned or formal prayer, where we say certain words, or we read certain novenas or whatever, but that's sort of like too formalized. God is a Father, and He loves us. He loves us so dearly as His children. He can't get enough of us. And He doesn't want us to be wayward. Oh, we do. We fail. We run away. We do the wrong thing. We turn our back. But He's the prodigal Father of the prodigal son. He's the one who comes after him. No matter what he's done, if you walked away, He'll come back and throw His arms around you and always welcome you, even though you walked away from Him. That's the love of the Father. Yes, He's the loving Father of the prodigal son and daughter. And we're all that prodigal son and daughter. Each and every one of us are. You are and I am. Because we all make mistakes. We all put ourselves sometimes in front of everything else, particularly in the front of the needs of God. And all God is asking us to do is to just be for Him. He doesn't ask a lot of us. He just wants us to be aware of His presence in our lives. Do we let Him? Prayer is just a conversation with the God that loves you. Oh, He loves you so dearly. He created you out of nothing and brought you to be who you are. And then He said, I give you free will. That's how much I love you. I'm not going to make you a robot, and you don't have to do every single thing I say with no control. I gave you free will because it's the ultimate act of love. When I trust you enough to make your own decisions. Yes, I know, you're going to make bad ones sometimes. You're not going to always do what I would like you to do. But that's your choice, because that's how much love I have for you. And it's up to us to always make the right choices. And that's not always easy, because the devil's job in life is to do only one thing, to make you sure you don't make those right choices. The only thing he wants you to do is to turn to him. And he'll do it in all kinds of ways. Oh, we don't seek evil for evil's sake. None of us seek evil for evil's sake, unless we're mentally disturbed in some way. We make mistakes because we see them as good. That's why Adam and Eve took the apple. Not because they saw it as evil, but they saw it as something attractive that they wanted. And that's how the devil works. He works by making things attractive. And so we're weak. We're all victims of original sin. And so when we see something attractive, the devil certainly makes it that way, whether it be indulgence or well, I don't know, you've got 10,000 things in your life that can be attractive to you. He knows that you'll go for those. But we have to have some kind of discipline in our life where we control those desires and we can control those wants and know that they're not really important. Because in the total perspective of things, there's only one thing that's really important. And that's, where is my focus? Is my focus on the one who loves me? Or is my focus on all the other junk that's in my life? It's our choice. And God gives me that choice because he knows that by my making a choice for him, I have given my love to him in a way that is above all else. He wants me to be at every moment of my life synced with him. And that isn't hard. Doesn't mean we have to do anything out of the ordinary. We don't have to go around and kneel all day long and pray on our knees and put ourselves into a self-hermitage. No, he wants us to live our lives the way we are living them, but with one difference. He wants us to be aware that he's in every moment of our life, that he's here for one reason, to give us the courage, the love, the strength that we need to return that love to him. Yes, that's what it means to be synced. That's what it means to be in harmony. And that's what it means to be in love. Because when you're in love with another person, your heart beats with theirs. And that's what God does. He lets his heart, his love, beat with ours. And he wants ours to beat with his. So, become synced with your God. Tell him you love him. Do everything you can to always be on his side. Because you know, God loves you more than you could ever imagine.